Hi guys, how are you? So today I wanted to start something I've been wanting to do for a while. I have done one, but I would like to do all the tags that are out there and kind of catch up. So as far as I know, there are 14 tags. How do I know this, you ask? Well, a lovely Flosstuber by the name of Heather created a playlist of all the original videos for Flosstube tags. So thank you, Heather. That's extremely helpful. As far as I know, I believe she said she can only add, like we can't add because it's technically her playlist, but she is definitely taking people's suggestions in the comments if they aren't already in the playlist and adding them there. So if you know of a tag that isn't on the playlist, just let her know and she'll add it, because you're awesome, Heather. And yeah, so that's really cool. Thank you, Heather, for doing that. It makes it super easy to do tags and kind of catch up on all of them. So I will leave her channel and her playlist down below. You should definitely check out her channel and check out the playlist if you want to do any other tags. So I think the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to do individual videos for each of the tags, unless they're really short. There's maybe a few 2 to 4 question tags that I may kind of combine into one video, but for the most part I'll do individual videos for each tag. So yeah, so I'll probably do a few of them today, mainly because I'm not feeling that great. I'm in my husband's shirt and having some coffee and yeah, just trying to feel better. So I don't feel horrible, but I don't feel great, so whatevs. Anyway, so the first one I wanted to do is called the original stitching tag Ressurected. So this video was originally uploaded by Laurel Ann, and I will make a copy of all the questions down below, as well as link her original video down below. And I don't know, I can't remember if she mentioned who originally made the tag, but according to her, this is like the tag, the original tag that started them all. And I guess she did it about a year after almost everybody that was on Flosstube at that time had done it, so that's why she called it Ressurected. I do want to let you know that I kind of had to listen to the video and type the questions as I went along. I listened to 2 different videos and neither of them had the questions just posted in the comment section, so I feel like one of the people that did it kind of merged some of the questions and another one didn't. So I divided them up into 16 questions, but I'm not really sure if that's like what they originally were. Maybe some of them were merged into one question, but I will put my typed up version of the questions below. It's still the same questions, it's just like the people that did them didn't quite do them in a numerical order, so I wasn't sure if some of them were like one big 2-parter question or 2 separate questions, so I just separated everything. And if I'm looking over here, that's because I've got my laptop sort of set up so that I can read the questions and answer them. So here we go. Original stitching tag. Number 1, who introduced you to stitching? So nobody introduced me to stitching per se. If I think back on it, I know I've seen my grandmother do it before, but I hadn't thought anything of it. Really, it was when I was a lot younger, but I wasn't introduced to stitching by her or anything. I just remember, like, she's the first person that I remember that I saw doing it. But yeah, I do have mentioned that my dad introduced me to stitching, kind of. He bought me my first kit, and he just bought it because it was like at one of the front sections at our local craft store, and he thought it looked like something I would enjoy doing because I like all sorts of crafty stuff and I always have. So he bought it for me and I did enjoy it. I did about 4 pieces, very small pieces, and then I stopped, and then I was just walking through Walmart sometime earlier this year and I was like, hey, I'll do that again. Picked up like a $6 kit and started. So yeah. Number 2, who is my favorite designer? I have to say, hands down, Joan Elliott. I know it's a popular answer, but she's just got such a variety of designs. It's pretty. She's got cutesy ones, she's got cartoony ones, she's got elegant ones and detailed ones, and I really like it. And she does capture a lot of different cultures. Yes, she has a lot of mythical stuff and dragons and fairies and all of that, but she also captures like the Halloween side with the witches and the cats. She's got Oriental design, she's got Native American design, so there's just such a wide range of what she does, and I really, really enjoy her stuff. I've actually been desperately trying to get my hands on the Ultimate Cross Stitch collection. I've followed it twice on eBay and it just went for crazy money. Probably worth it crazy money, but still a big chunk of change in one go, so I didn't purchase it. But I think one day I might just have to buckle down and realize, like, if I want it, I'm just gonna have to pay the money and get it, you know. And it's not like crazy money, it's definitely something I can afford, but I just have to know, like, okay, this is gonna be my one splurge for a little while, so one day. But I did order Ultimate Cross Stitch Fantasy. I know there's a lot of her designs in there. I have her Bewitching Cross Stitching book. What else do I have? I subscribed to Cross Stitch Collection because I know they feature a lot of her designs, so I'm excited about that. So yeah, I really enjoyed Joan Elliott. Number 3, what is my favorite theme? I don't know if I have a favorite theme per se, and I think that's because I am into like maybe my 6th month of stitching, if that. Yeah, so I've kind of been exploring and trying a lot of different stuff. I know I really enjoy stitching butterflies. I kind of had a phase where I just went and bought all the butterfly charts out there that I could find. There's still many more. I do enjoy that and variations of that, so like butterfly fairies or anything like that. But having a theme that I particularly like, I don't know. I do like a lot of the mythical stuff. I think it's adorable. But I also want to stitch some stuff that's, I guess, displayable. Not that the mythical stuff isn't, but stuff that will look nice in the home. So yeah, I don't have a particular theme I like quite, you know, to point it out. Alright, number 4. What is my favorite floss brand? I would have to say that I am not 100% sure. I haven't tried anything really. I've mostly stitched with DMC. And the floss that comes in kits, which I know a lot of people really don't like. I mean, I don't think it's great, but it's workable. But DMC is the only one I really tried. I do have some Mo's Sales flosses that I've purchased. I haven't used them yet. I know she uses DMC, so for the cotton, technically it's still DMC. I'm not sure what she uses for her silks. I have purchased some, but I haven't used it yet. So I'd have to let you know when I do use it, how I like it. I am definitely interested in trying some others. I do have some Karen Water Lilies for Raven Queen, so when I do start her, I'll have to see if I like those, but I haven't tried flosses really. I've tried Krennic. It's okay, it's beautiful, but it's definitely not my favorite to stitch with because it's really slow going. But I'd have to say DMC. I enjoy the variety, the huge variety of colors that are available, and you could really get any sort of project started with that. Yeah. Number 5, what is your fabric of choice? I would have to say I lean towards even weave. I haven't stitched too many projects on even weave. The ones that I've stitched, I've enjoyed. I like the fact that it is evenly woven, or it should be, because everything will be nice and even, which is why, as I've mentioned before, I'm not sure about linen, but a lot of people have reassured me that for the most part it's awesome. It's not like you're obviously seeing some really tiny X's and some really big X's. Obviously it depends on the material that you get and the quality, but as far as what I think my overall preferred is going to be, definitely even weave. I also think that depends a lot on the project. I like 25 count for Heaven and Earth, Mystic Stitch, Tilton Crafts, all those sort of large full coverage designs. 28 count for other stuff. I have to try 32 count. I think I'd enjoy that as well. So I think anywhere between 25 and 32 count of even weave will be my favorite. Number 6, are you a needle threader or a floss licker? I am both. I am a floss licker when it comes to cottons. I don't know, I don't have any over dyed cottons except my Mo's Sale, and I haven't used it yet, so I don't know if I should lick that. let me know. Maybe I shouldn't do that. But other than DMC cottons, I use a needle threader. So yeah. Number 7, what type of stitching frame do you use? I have used both a hoop and a Q-snap. I do like both. I prefer the Q-snap more, but I do use the hoops as well. It just depends. Usually the hoops will go on smaller projects or a project where I'm concentrating on a really small area and I just want that particular piece of fabric really nice and stretched out. But my favorite is a Q-snap. Number 8, how many projects have you finished? I don't know the exact number. I'm sure a lot of you have no idea how many projects you finished, but because I'm really relatively new, I can kind of narrow it down to maybe 15 or so. Now, mind you, a lot of them are very small projects, so it's not like I've done some crazy stitching. I think I've only finished what I consider one, like large project, one. I think it was 11 by 11 and it wasn't full coverage. I also have another piece by Clouds Factory that was the Doctor Who Don't Blink quote. That was about 8 inches tall. 8? Was it 6 by 8 or 8 by 10? That one was a little bit bigger, but for the most part I have a bunch of small little finishes and I'm working on some larger projects now, but I have about 15 or so finishes. How many projects are displayed in my home? Currently 1. It's actually not displayed where I want it to be displayed. It's on my dining room table, but I want to hang it up outside. It's my Bless This Nest. It was the first piece I ever bought when I first started stitching again, but it wasn't the first piece I finished. I finished some other little stuff in between, but I do want to hang that outside my house. But I do have 2 others that I'm interested in hanging up. I just haven't gotten around to it. So when all is said and done and it's all ready to go, I will have 3 projects displayed in my home, but I do have plans for others. Number 10, do you stitch to give or to keep? I would say both. I enjoy giving to people in general. I think it's a lot of fun, and I definitely have, given something to my husband. I gave another gift, and I plan to do a couple more. So yeah, I'm excited. All right, number 11. What is your favorite finish or project? Favorite finish? Gosh, I don't know if my favorite thing right now is an in-progress thing or a finish. I think I'm really enjoying my Heaven and Earth design. I'm really excited about it. I'd have to say at the moment that's probably my favorite project, but that's gonna change, I mean, as I stitch more stuff. So for the time being, it is Unleash the Butterflies by Cindy Nielsen, which is my current and first Heaven and Earth design. Number 12, what do you love about cross stitch? Well, I enjoy the process of stitching. It's really a lot of fun, and just seeing something start blank. I mean, just like any artist, a blank canvas, a blank piece of paper, a blank piece of wood, I don't know, whatever it is you do, watching something blank grow into something so beautiful. I mean, no matter what style it is, whether it's a cutesy or like a serious or a reproduction, I mean, just watching this grow from nothing is incredible. I also really like enjoying a finish. That's definitely a lot of fun. I definitely enjoy the process, but at least maybe because I've just started, I really enjoy when it's all done and I can kind of stand back and say like, wow, that's what it is. It's done. That's a lot of fun, and I love how unifying it is. I know when people, especially people that don't really know cross stitch or cross stitchers, think about like, oh, you know, it's an old lady hobby, or it's like something that women used to do in the past when they didn't work and they just sat at home and they did their sewing or whatever. But it really is unifying. I mean, there's men, there's women, there's young people, there's older people. I remember watching somebody's video, and I'm not trying to make them feel, or anybody who's around this age feel old or older. That's not what I'm going out for. But I was watching somebody answer questions to a different tag, and they mentioned how they first picked it up in 1988, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's when I was born, and like that person and me can interact now, and it's like, doesn't matter that there's a 26-year difference between us. Like, we have this hobby that we love and enjoy, and it really is unifying. So yeah. Leading into that, number 13, what's my least favorite part of cross stitch? About cross stitch itself, definitely having to unpick something, especially if for any reason you have to unpick something several times. I've had that happen for with a project before, and after like the third time, I'm like, I need to go to bed. I like did a part and like I miscounted, and I did it again, and I was sure I hadn't miscounted, and I had, and just having to unpick that gets frustrating. If it's like 4 or 5 stitches, it's not usually a big deal, but sometimes you just have to unpick a whole section and you're just like, oh my gosh, I could be stitching more right now, but instead I'm unpicking. As far as going back to like the unifying factor and everybody talking, unfortunately sometimes you can see some not nice things out there, like with anything in life. So that's sometimes a bit of a downside when people either feel superior because of something they're stitching or how long they've been stitching, or they think their opinion is right over somebody else's but are really rude about it. That kind of stuff is definitely not cool, but I mean, that can happen on in any sort of community, you know. So unfortunately it's something you just have to learn to deal with and move on. But number 14, have you taught anyone else to cross stitch? At the moment, yes, one person, my husband. I've taught him just a basic X, and he's working on a project that's taken him an eternity to do, because it's not like his thing at all. You know, he enjoys it, he thinks it's fun, and sometimes he likes, like, we cross stitch together, but it's not like his way to unwind. So I've taught him, and he seems to enjoy it when he does it with me, but he'll do it a little bit at a time, and he still hasn't finished his first and only project, so we'll see how it goes. He did see a kit though he really liked, and then I showed him how complex it was, and he was like, maybe I'll wait on that one, but he does eventually want to stitch it, so we'll see how that goes. Okay, number 15, what was my first project? Here it is. This is the kit that my dad got me long time ago. I was about 14. It's called Skiing Bear by Needle Magic Inc. Unfortunately, the company, I believe, is out of business and they're not making kits anymore, but I have found a few of them on eBay because I thought it'd be fun to stitch them, so I've done that. But yeah, this was my first project. So I like it. It's cute. And lastly, number 16, how do I store my floss? I use bobbin boxes. I do have my specialty floss. I have like 4 skeins of specialty floss. I have like 4 skeins of Mosale. That's not true. I have the Karen water lilies. I really have to put those away. They're still in my shopping bag. But I haven't used them yet, but at the moment I just have kind of like a plastic container with no divisions, and I just kind of lay the skeins flat next to each other. But altogether there's maybe, what, 8 or 9 of those. So I do have a set of DMC, and I do bobbinate and keep them in bobbin boxes. Alright, so that was the original stitching tag, Resurrected by Laurel Ann. Again, I will link her video down below. I will put all the typed out versions of the questions below. I will include a link to Heather's channel, and I will also include a link to her Flosstube original channel videos playlist, so you can check out all the tags that are there, and you can do any of the ones you'd like. And if you know of one that isn't on there, I'm sure if you let Heather know, she'll definitely add it. So I'll probably see you soon, because I'm kind of in a tag video making mood. Alright, bye!